fight for what's yours. No one needs to be around for you to be a hero now. So fight for your name, die for your legacy, write your own fate, live for eternity. When it all fades, you'll still be standing there, knowing your name went down in history. When the sky caves on tomorrow and you're bleeding blood that's borrowed, pick up your sword, fight for what's yours. No one needs to be around for you to be a hero now. So fight for your name, die for your legacy, write your own fate, live for eternity. When it all fades, you'll still be standing there, knowing your name went down in history.
Yo, what is up, Bucci? Thank you. I mean, hey, what's up, Bucci? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yo. Alright, let's get this set up. Alright, I'll smoke some pack a second. Yeah. There's something I like to do. I probably should turn this. Alright, does the audio seem fine? Alright, should be able to swap it to draft. Trying to make sure I don't spoil anything. This is a watch party. Alright, this is the game 1 draft. Yo, Snark. This game happening. Well, I guess I just answered that. This happened, I think, 2 days ago, actually. And there's another one from last night. Jat versus Dot, I believe, was last night. 11 a.m. stream, let's go. Yo, how's it going, dude? Great ARAMs last night. Well done. Once we hit that deft, it was over, dude. Alright, so when in Rome, banned Aatrox, NORD banned Olaf. I guess, I don't know if Trevor's been playing Olaf. I guess Dakota might. Alea's top. Feels like an interesting early ban. Unless Trevor has been playing it. I don't remember that being a Trevor champion, though. My back is sore. Then Aurelion Soul ban on When in Rome. Jace ban from Nord. Big Nords. And then Maokai ban for finishing up the round 1 bans for When in Rome. And then Sejuani for Nord, which, again, doesn't necessarily feel like a Trevor champ, but he has been expanding his pool, so I could just be missing stuff. Jet versus Dot is peak. We'll see. Maybe I have time to do both. I don't know. We'll see. But it is peak. Unstoppable force versus unmoving object is unfortunately maybe correct. There's some cinema last night. Oh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long this takes, which apparently if I keep yapping like this, it'll be about 4 hours to get this watch party done, but no Ivern bans, no Zyre bans. I don't know what they're thinking. All right, so we got we're gonna get through this a little bit quicker. Zilean for the side and one in Rome. That's they love Zilean Swain. They love Zilean in general. It's not like a support one trick, but it's definitely their most comfortable. Soraka Karthus. 900 Slimes normally plays top for Nord, but he loves Karthus. Karthus is normally played in the jungle or bot lane. He normally grabs Karthus up for jungle when it's available. Soraka's, I think, a really good enchanter. I think picking support early can sometimes be rough. However, I think Soraka slightly counters Karthus because if he starts ulting, if Soraka's alive, she can ulti any redemption, kind of counteracting that. So maybe picking it to kind of take away an option into the Karthus. But I also just dislike early picking Karthus in general. I know it might be something where they think like, well, it's up, we need to pick it, but I don't think anyone's taking that away these days. I think Karthus is a pretty uncontested pick. I think you can at least wait until B3 and see a little bit more on their team and give them a little bit less, 2 picks instead of 4 picks to try and counter that. We see the Swain Zed. Swain bot lane with Zilean almost for sure with this team. Zed is a flex pick. We do have a little bit more info. Obviously, we can see the whole draft, but obviously really bad Zed plays Zed really well, surprisingly, actually. Then we got Echo mids. I really don't like that we're locking both of these champions, and Nord's done this before. Both these champions get countered by magic resist stacking pretty bad, because literally all their job is to do magic damage. So not only are we picking those two, we look further down. I mean, we'll go over the bans quick. Xayah MF because they need to pick a bot lane from one of Rome bans, and then Cho'Gath and Bessa to try to thin out some of that top lane pool from Dakota. However, I don't understand the Cho'Gath ban if we're going to rip Gwen here. If you're picking Gwen, you'd probably want them to pick Cho'Gath. So you're with 3 magic damage champions, 4 technically Soraka. Ezreal even does mixed magic damage. A little bit more physical, of course, but definitely does some magic damage. So I don't like that we're overloading so heavily when 3 of your 4 champions, well, Ezreal as well, you don't have much CC, and your entire 3 of your champions' whole job is to do magic damage, so they get countered very heavily by magic resist. And then you got Cassante Akali, very, very good picks there. I think Cassante's fine into Gwen. He's a tank, but he can also go all out, kind of turning into some weird fighter-assassin hybrid thing. And then we got Ezreal, who is maybe okay into Zilean Swain, because you can kite it out, but I think the problem here is that you just aren't going to be able to cut through the Swain healing unless, because Swain's going to be stacking magic, probably at least. But I would assume like Force of Nature and maybe Merc Treads, in which case Ezreal needs to cut through him. I don't know if he's able to. So I think when in Rome, very, very good draft. I like it. I think Nord's too magic damage heavy, not enough CC, which is important in comp, and that might come back to haunt them, but we'll see. I think other than that, they both definitely have a fighting chance. I think Gwen's good into Cassante. I think Echo's fine into Akali, but it is one of Echo's hardest matchups, and Bradley is both really handsome and really good at Akali, so we'll see how that works out. I'll get the game loaded up here. I'm going to switch to the starting screen so I don't spoil anything. Not up on chat. Alright. Time for Jabbers. Not in a lunch break. Let's see. I sound like a robot? Do I actually? What mic do I use? Audio's cooked right now. Is it better now? Mic is half unplugged? Oh boy. All right, does it sound all right now? I think when I tried to fix it, it just fully died, and I was trying to get people to confirm it for about 30 seconds straight before I realized no input was happening. So does it sound okay now, or is it bad? It's good now? Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I like this headset, but it's got a detachable mic, and sometimes it just starts thanging. Awesome. I appreciate it. All right, we'll get this started. Oh, actually, sorry. Mic distracted me. Hopefully people probably know what's going on here anyways, but try to get rid of some of the spoilers here. The watch party. All right. All right, what are we thinking? Who do we think? Well, again, watch party, but if you haven't seen the results, try not to cheat. Who do you think's winning? What draft do you guys like? Again, I really like the When in Rome draft. I think it's a lot better than the NORD draft. I think NORD draft is three champions whose only job is to do magic damage. Get countered heavily. I mean, again, Ezreal's mixed damage. I just don't know what people could even understand when I was talking earlier, so I'm kind of going over things again. They're also fist bumping right away, which is very good. But yeah, like 4.5 magic, not really, like 4 1/3 magic damage champions. You're in tight, I mean, very, very low CC. The only hard CC they have is Echo Stun, or if they stand in the route from Baraka. So I think they have a really tough time, and they've got 2 assassins they need to lock down, and a Swain that's getting cut up by Zilean. So I don't know. I think they've got their work cut out for them. I think they kind of need to get leads, but they also have a really tough matchup mid to that in. I mean, you can like exist as Echo, but it's really tough for you to win this one and have pressure. And Cassante should probably be a little bit losing it into Gwen, especially later, but I think early on is fine enough. And Zed definitely is, you know, Karthus is not a character that will provide a lot of early pressure from the jungle. He's basically trying to full clear and hit level 6 and just look for ults. It's giving 1 IQ in. Agreed. You think Zilean's OP and it's a mistake to let it through? I kind of agree. I think there is like answers on paper, but unfortunately League of Legends isn't played on paper, and that champ sure does look crazy a lot of the times. I like Zilean, but I think he's a little bit better support right now than mid. I think he's fine mid, but I think you have to be okay with not having a ton of pressure through mid, which I think is just important these days if you're playing him mid. But I think support he's really good, and I like this combo. They're very comfortable on this combo. They both have played a ton of their cousins, I believe, WIR and Zellerox, and they play this all the time. I like NORD because of Soraka. That's true, and it's Zed, and I love Zed. I like both these teams a lot. I guess I mostly know Cooper, 900 Slimes, and Zed from NORD, but I've actually played a little bit with WIR, did East League with Trevor for a little bit, and I don't know Zellerox too much at all, but the other three are very good people. Just saw Dakota last weekend. Swain is a fake champion. Interesting. I think Swain is a fake line pick champion. I think he should be punishable, but and honestly, I think the NORD comp is pretty decent into him. You have Echo, who should be able to get out of there. The only thing is like Karthus and Soraka might not be able to, and the Zilean kind of fixes a lot of his issues, right? Where like he gets kited out and drops ulti, but if he can keep his ulti going, he's pretty insane. And I think in a game, I think normally you wouldn't want to pick him so early. I think normally he's like wait for either blue 4-5 or red 5, and like, oh nice, they've got a lot of things Swain's really good into, like a lot of things that won't burst him immediately and things that will have to stay on him and keep his ulti going. Nice trade. Karthus actually is going for an early gank. They do a lot of damage onto Soraka. Hopefully they can walk this out though. Karthus is looking, he's going to Wall of Pain. Good damage onto Swain. I don't think this will result in anything other than a chunk. I guess Zed is coming, but Echo's following, so they're looking to extend this. If they can burst Karthus, maybe, but Karthus going in, doesn't even have to use his passive yet. First blood over to Karthus, that's a really good start. Gets the flash from Zilean, Zed going in. He's going to go down too. This is actually a really nice. This is exactly what NORD needs. They might not be able to pick up Zed, actually. Ezreal flash, but yeah, W's away. So nice job getting out of that from my back is sore. Well, no, he's actually going to get picked up from Echo overall. He has the, oh, maybe not, actually. Wow. And now he's in a bad spot, potentially. Akali shouldn't take that, though. She doesn't know where the rest of the team is. Yeah, nice getting out of there by my back is sore, but a good job from NORD to pick up first blood and have a decent spot here. That's exactly what they need, because I do not think they scale better with how they set up their comp. You think Swain is not blind both out Zilean, but Zilean fixed a ton. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too, and what I interrupted myself with talking about the game instead of yapping about whatever. But I do think Zilean does fix a lot of the issues. I still think, and again, that's where drafting's weird, because people will always be like, well, it's not, you know, like there's always like an in theory like perfect champion with the info you have, and like, but then there's like comfort, and it's like, well, I don't know. Some people have to pick early, right, too? Like, that's something where I've talked to people, too, is like, oh, well, this champion and this situation isn't as good. And it's like, okay, but, like, someone has to pick early, right? So, like, we have to pick some characters without perfect information. And obviously there's some characters that are better than that than others. But, I do think the Zilean fixes a lot of the issues. Again, for, like, a perfect Swain game, you'd want to wait and see what they have. But also, you guys have played this duo so many times, and I agree with you that Zilean does fix a lot of the Swain issues. And in a game like this where you can likely buy a Spirit Visage Arctreads and be invincible after your, you know, whatever first item you're going, I'm missing Blackfire Torch or Malignance, but yeah, I think you can kind of be Thanos this game. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it works like this because I've played a good amount of Zilean and Swain, but it's been a while since I've had a Zilean on my team. You do keep your ulti going while you're being revived, correct? Still in here while you're rebelling. Yep, you do. That's what I thought. And I mean, obviously people still have to be like standing in it, but in the middle of a team fight, pretty easy to keep that going through the revive. And it also, I think, on top of just reviving you and keeping it going, I think it adds some health to the revive, if I remember right. It adds to the pool. Because it's kind of like a stasis. Risky start on the Dragon. They do have vision on it. They get collapsed on. Karthus almost surely going down. Flash ulti from Akali going in. Nice combo. Going a little deep, but I don't think he's in any threat of dying, so getting some good chunk damage. Karthus getting an ulti out. Echo's here. Might be able to clean up Zed, but does get rooted. Nice Swain root. Oh my goodness, they're so low. This is really nice double bomb. Dragon's resetting too, so they can't finish that off. Really well done to pick up a kill there and get out of there and stop the Drake take. When looking to do a little bit of trading, you can see here that this is like not an amazing matchup, but also I think eventually with how magic damage heavy they are, Cassante just becomes Thanos, and this matchup might just never be super great for Gwen. Oh, Echo. Hey, you know, everybody makes mistakes. You know, everybody has those days, as they say. The wise person. Okay, I had to double check that I was on directed cam. I wasn't sure what we were doing up here, but I guess this isn't much cooler. Watching junglers farm their camps. Echo going for a trade. I guess I get it, but also like you need to get back. You have no mana. You're in kill threat as soon as she has ulti back. You need to get back and recall before this ulti back up, which is, I don't know, looks like 20 seconds. Was that Miley Cyrus? Yeah, I'm thinking it was. Game's kind of, I say slowed down just because there hasn't been an all-out brawl for... Okay, also they've been fighting, I feel like, a ton, and it's just 1-1, which is pretty interesting. Oh no, probably Rocket Belt. Start from Echo. I was wondering what the Phoenix is going into, but probably Rocket Belt. Look at some CS. We got a little bit of a CS lead in top and mid for Winterome. Pretty even bot, but then a big CS lead for Karthus in the jungle. That's somewhat expected. He's a power farmer. Zed actually farms pretty dang quick himself, but he also likes to be ganking a little bit more. But honestly, Karthus has been doing a decent job of ganking stuff too. I feel like Zed's actually been following a lot of times. Ulti comes out from Akali. Gwen following with ulti. A lot of damage coming out from Akali. He does have to kite into the Karthus. Able to pick up the Gwen though, and Karthus won't be able to do anything about that. Yeah, Bradley's just really handsome, really good at these champions. He kind of dunked on us when he was on Akali. This is a good matchup again for Akali. Echo doesn't like... Oh, nice little trade from Echo, not able to get his passive off, but still a good little trade when Akali's getting back to lane. Echo shouldn't be like dying in this matchup, right? Because he can just like Q wave clear, but you can almost like... I don't think there's many points in the game, if any. Maybe like hyper late game, because Echo generally takes like absolute focus, gathering storm. So like maybe, and he has got really good AP skills. So like if you're like staying even, and the Akali hasn't been finding opportunities to get fed, like I think eventually you can make a fight. But I think she just beats you in most stages of the game, and if she's got her E on you, she can follow your ulti back as well if she wants. I think it's just a tough matchup to have pressure in. Which again, then in an assassin versus assassin matchup, if you never have pressure and you're getting out roamed, you can't do your job as an assassin, and your team's getting, you know, bullied by their assassin. So tough, but also I don't know. That's one of the downsides of early picking one of these assassins. They did probably. Well, I can't remember. I think the draft was Zed at this point, so they probably just thought it was Zed mid. Which is smart by one in Rome to bait that out. I think it was Dillian, Swain, Zed on 1 through 3. Echo's got to get back soon. Only like 900 gold. I guess I'm just concerned that, you know, with no mana. Well, what's the timers? For I guess for a while, so I guess if you want to stick around at the end of the world, you don't have to roam for anything. So Akali's going up. That's what I'm talking about. He does see it and pinging it, but looks like the team might just be stuck fighting regardless. Nice ulti from Baraka. Akali's walking up, but shouldn't be able to find anything here. Definitely spotted. I think Steven Chet needs to leave. Is recalling, so that's good. Akali's leave. So Gwen goes up to shove one more. Yeah, we got Drake in 3.5 minutes. Like Rift 10 basically. But does not look like these teams need objectives to fight over. They'll just do it for fun. Raft is looking like a game 2. Yeah? Wow. Oh, does it have one on? Oh, I know that. Had a win in one of his things.
Step right up. Mystic shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big... Oh no! He's getting caught up, quite can't flash over the walls. That ulti goes down, picks him up, does have the zillion hour on him so he can just keep fighting. However, it will time out shortly here, but Ezreal does have to get out of there. Arthas is here, does have ulti up, could potentially pick up a couple. I'm not sure how much damage he's pumping right now. He does have Blackfire Torch. He also has to wait to either die or get any CC out, but yeah, it looks like he's going to have to go into passive. Donor just barely living, takes down Zed. I think it's good for Trevor to go for that because he probably gets taken down by the Requiem as soon as Karthus goes down anyways. So I think it's good to just at least try to go for a kill there and do some damage, help out the team. Yeah, the Gwen definitely like winning in these all-ins, but also it's expected and probably not in any kill threat here, though he'll be able to get some turret damage, and that's nice. Unless Cassante is willing to stick around, hopefully he can get his Kanik Rookern back up, so he's got a little bit more safety then. Looks like Gwen's not willing to dive. Arthas pinging bounties, and there's two different types of bounty pings, I feel like. I'm a big fan of teams pinging bounties and being like, oh look, here's we should try to collect this, or a flash is down and this person's got a bounty, like let's look for them. Or there's the tilted spam ping bounty of like, what the hell, this guy, who fed this guy? But it looks like those are, I feel like most of the time in Beer League it's just people giving info, and but yeah. No summoner spells on the Soraka. Is able to dodge out of the stun from the double bomb, but Akali going in is able to clean her up. R2's over, gets a good chunk onto Echo as well, but does take the E in, takes one turret shot, but good damage. Echo No ulti up for a few seconds here, but I don't think they'll be able to collapse. Ezreal heading up, does not really get much done. Might have hit Zillion, but I don't think it did. Swain stacks are alright. I don't really, I mean, I could play a good amount of Swain, but I guess I don't really know if there's like, in quotes, good pacing. I know you like to go into like a more melee support. This is a tough bot lane to stack on. But he's also not like Smolder or something where he is like reliant on them, right? It's nice, but they're kind of a bonus, just some health, not like changing things in your kit. Let's go the Malignance, but now I see magic is coming out. I don't think that's a bad idea. I do like Blackfire Torch a lot on Swain, but I also think Malignance is good. It does actually lower MR when they're in the like hate fog or something crazy. What is that called? Hate fog. Why do I know that? That just shreds MR while they're in the pool. Oh, I'm going all out right into the Zed. Really well done. Good angle. Steven Chet should be going down here. Zed doesn't have ulti. The nice rock ulti coming out, but will go down. Yo, what up, Luke? They are looking to take this Drake, though. That would be nice for them if they can get this one and keep the Drake stack going. Z trying to clear out the control ward, but they do have a ward on the Dragon itself. Nice little steal attempt from the Zillion, but NORD is able to pick it up. Bad Zed. Oh, unfortunately, Rocket Belt's into the wall. Honestly, kind of a wonky dash, but he's able to just... It's one of Akali's 4 dashes to pick up the Karthus anyways. Is going to ulti. Might be... I think he thought his teammates were getting dove, so it probably was fine. I don't think he's ever going to get a kill there, but maybe just trying to dissuade the dive from going through. Beautiful ulti. Oh, yeah. Are we talking about the Akali one? I think that was. Or even the Karthus one. I think it was good to try to keep them dive there. A lot of Karthuses will not ult unless they are for sure getting a kill, so it's nice to see that he's willing to do it to help his team out. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I hadn't looked at chat for a little bit. That was a very good ultimate. Yep. Yep, lined him up perfectly. Knocked him right into Zed. Trevor's waiting arms. Ulting to farm damage to not take accountability post-game. Yeah, I'm a fan of that build too, but then you need to take first strike, so you're also just ulting off cooldown to farm damage and money. So then you go, wow, really? I've got a 3k gold lead, did 50,000 damage, and we're really losing this one, guys. Wow. Joe, thank you. And you can see here, this matchup's still not great, especially once Gwen gets the Conqueror stack. But Kasante's just going to be able to keep stacking MR, so I think eventually, like right now when he's all out, this is actually not even... Let's have the Ignite as well. I think without Ignite there, I think Kasante actually might just win that. And normally this matchup gets better and better for Gwen, but Kasante scales his damage off of resists, armor or MR, and he's going to just be able to keep on stacking. I mean, he's probably going to get a, if I had to guess, probably Force of Nature next. Well, he's got a Giant's Belt, so maybe he's going Joksha, which isn't bad by any means. I do think, because of just how much magic damage they have here, going like a full... he's going Abyssal. And that build out of... Or is that Kindle? Can't remember these days. Gwen needs to hold ult a little longer for the slow. I think I agree. Got a first item, that Swain item, then get the ult CDR and rip it. Yep. Yeah, no, Malignance is definitely really good on Swain, especially if you want to just keep forcing fights as often as you can. Nice little trade coming out, but this is one of those things where it's like, even though you're starting to get strong at Kasante, you are running Grasp and it's Conquer or Gwen. In theory, you should lose these, but again, he's able to just stack so much resist that maybe not. She has ulti up again. Flashes. Should definitely live. I guess Echo's coming up, so he might have known that. I was going to say I'm not even positive if he needed to flash. I think it's definitely worth it because he might have just got ran down. But does get the Karthus ulti out. Lives. Yeah, this is tough. They are 4.5, 5k gold behind. And I do think that NORD, because of drafts, kind of had to get ahead. I think that in a normal game, all of these champions scale very well. Like, legitimately, 5 for 5, they have really good scaling champions, but I think they are just held back heavily by the MR stack ruining entirely. It's double scaling assassins with Zillion. How do you come back here? Yep. I think, like, again, there is, like, some chance. I think if Gwen can maybe pick up a kill or two, especially if she picks up, like, the Akali shutdown or one of the other smaller shutdowns. If Gwen gets rolling, then they have that angle to play through side. And I don't think there's a amazing answer, though I actually think Akali probably matches Gwen fine. And again, normally, Cassante might have a harder time later. I'll hold that thought. I know Slime's coming in. Wall of Death or Wall of Pain or whatever coming in. Lowers magic resistance. They are actually able to chunk out Cassante. But are they able to pick him up? He goes unstoppable, reduces damage. Karthus is going for it. I think that's worth it. Picks up the kill. They should both be able to walk out of there. Rift Herald coming out, charging onto that tier 2 bot. If they are able to pick this up, that's a lot of gold. Donor getting slowed is able to E out. That's lucky, but I don't think he'll be able to pick it up. Just hops in the whip. Drives towards bot 3. Nope, I lied. Driving towards mid. Tier 1. Is able to pick that up. Akali's here. Nice little combo. Ooh. Both of them getting chunked out, though. I wonder what Conquer would in that top lane fight instead of Grasp. For Cassante, you mean? I've thought about that. I play a lot of Cassante. I don't think Conquer is good on him. He does not scale very well with AD, actually. His Q damage scales with Armor MR, his W damage scales with Armor MR, his E is just a shield that scales strictly with bonus health, and his ulti gives him attack speed and bonus damage on everything that he does, bonus max health damage based on his Armor and MR. So, yeah, exactly, like Snark's saying, Conquer doesn't really work. The healing can be nice in theory, but like mathematically it just never works out for him, and it's also terrible for his lane. Cassante, most of his rough matchups are rough when he takes extended trades. Like Gwen, they are going to pick up Steven Chet potentially, but Zelrok's getting ran down, and he does have ulti, but I don't think he thought he was going to go down, so he does get the shutdown onto Gwen, which is exactly what they need. Trade coming in, Gwen should be going down. Really bad Zed picking up the kill, goes unstoppable. Elias just doing Cassante things. Gets stunned, though. Might be able to pick up the Akali. The Q misses on Q1 and does go down. I don't know if the Q1 mattered. It would have proc passive, but it would have been close. Yeah, unfortunately. Cassante just needs to run Airy. That's correct, Fuji. But yeah, max health gives him more damage or lifesteal on R or something. No, it used to, Snark. I believe max health does... I could be mistaken, and it'll be sad if I am because I play a lot of Cassante. I don't believe max health gives him anything in ulti now. It's just on his passive, he does bonus max health damage on all of his abilities. And that is based on his Armor MR. It used to be where he would get more healing, like you were saying, where he'd get Omnivamp or whatever. I think it wasn't Omnivamp, it was damage dealt to champs, right? Like, it wasn't like flat... I might be mixing it up. It was either Omnivamp, but now it's damage to champs, or it's flipped. They're going in, gets the ulti onto Donor as he so he should be able to pick him up, though. Never mind Soraka things. But Donor's still solo. Is the Shadow still back there? I think he's good. Nope, it was still back there, and he almost goes down for it. WIR Rebellion, Swain ulting. He should be able to create a bunch of space for his other players here. Yeah, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Swain is entering Thanos mode. He did go Rylai's second, which does help build space, but I think if you go a full MR item, though he does have the Painley's Bone Crushers or whatever, that's helping a ton. Karthus ulti coming out does pick up the Zillion. That's a lot of damage, so he's trying to do that. They're on the Otacon. The jungler might die walking up to Otacon. Careful, Trevor. That can't be doing that with 2 health. The point we're building full AD, you less damage than full tank. That's, yeah, why play Cassandra when you could just play Senna? Philosophically, building resistant HP solely for damage is unhealthy. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree. But I also think it's something that can just be tuned in a way where it's not an issue. But I agree where it's like drain tanks, right? Somewhat similar idea where, like, and I mean, not quite, but it's like they're tanky based on the damage they do. So if they get out of control or if they're overtuned, it feels like you can't do anything because you literally can't kill them. They just heal via their damage. So they're doing a bunch of damage, but they're also impossible to kill. And obviously it's not quite the same with Cassante, but it's similar where it's tankiness up means damage up instead of damage up means tankiness up. So it's kind of similar, but not quite the same. And I agree that that can be tough to balance. And you could make an argument for it just not being a thing, but I also think it's kind of neat to have a character scale like that. I agree. I think release Cassante, even though I liked playing him, bonkers. Kind of dog shit that you could just get Q3 or Q flash on Q3 into just full like 5-second undodgeable combo. Now he can still do most of that, just can't Q flash with knockup. And his ulti drops his Q stacks, but I don't know. Cassante's fun. One of my favorite tanks. Maybe my favorite tank. Well, to play. I think he is really annoying to go against when people are good at him. I won't argue for him being a healthy, good design. Yeah, can't talk ult anymore is big. That's really big. Because you really need to, like, before you used to be able to just use it for, I should stop yapping for now. My back is sort of going low. Teleport coming out from Gwen. They have the double bomb set up. Gwen should be stunned coming out of there. Oh, the nice Karthus ulti picks up my back is sore. They're going in all out from Cassante. Maybe a little early. Sometimes they need to stay that tank just a bit longer. So this is actually a good fight so far. However, Zillion runs out on Swain, but I think he is just unkillable at this point. And he is working on what I'm believing is probably going to be Spirit Visage, which will, I think, make him borderline unkillable unless they really get a sick combo on him. And then, assuming Zillion didn't already use it, brought back, so they have to kill him twice. I think this is a tough spot. 9-0-2 on the Akali for really bad Zed. Very, very good at this champion, so pretty uncommon for him to just flip up and give away a shutdown. And again, they have the Zillion to somewhat mitigate that as well. But yeah, I think him not being able to drop the ultis, in that fight was a perfect example where I think Elias used the ultimate too early. You kind of need to be that front line for a little bit longer for your team. Used it, you can't back out of it. It truly is all out, which I think is, again, better for the health of the game and the character, that he can't just cancel it. Because it's, you go all out, you commit to it, and I think he just got too squishy early in that fight. Not really his job to do damage when you have Zed, Akali, Swain pumping. Played so much of Cassante on release, he's fun. Yeah. I'm a mid lane main, but I was playing top for a bit, and also I've played a good amount of Cassante mid. I still think it's good. Though I'm not 100% sure with. I haven't tried it since the Otacon going over to When in Rome. That's nice, but I'd say this game's pretty much When in Rome's to lose at this point. But yeah, with the second win D-Shield nerfs, I don't know how much that will hurt tank mids, which the only two that I think are, besides like Galio, obviously, who's designed for mid, the only two tank mids I think that are pretty solid. Before that anyways, and I'm thinking still will be our Cassante and Sion. Little fight breaking out here. Does go all out, brings him over the wall. We're not going to watch that fight though. Swain going in. Luximity gets to ult out, just barely lives. Zed in the back line, kind of running though. Ult's back, Luximity waiting. Might not be able to pick him up though. Chasing him down. I might have an E to be able to catch up here. Barely out of range. And the Zillion is there with ulti just in case. Top laner laughs at the second when Doran's nerfs. I think it's something. I agree. I don't know. And again, I haven't looked at numbers or anything, so like I don't know how much of a thing it'll be, but I think it does something, right? I mean, is it what it's like 45 to 40 health per 5 seconds or whatever on Doran Shield when you get hit on for melees, and the 3 flat off of second wind. I think the Doran Shield one is maybe like, but it is just like objectively a nerf. Like it is. Even if it's not huge, it is less health. Even if it ends up being one more auto you took or something, sometimes that is the difference. I think the flat health obviously hurts like non-tanks using it more, like Yone and stuff, but We'll hold that thought. Akali going in does take a pretty good chunk back. I do think not having the vision of the rest of the team is what makes Akali go back. I think if you know where the rest of their team is and you know you aren't going to get collapsed on, you can go for that fight. Arthas looking might actually be, if they pick up Akali, that's going to be one more Q and maybe ulti, but oh, has to go in unless Zillion's in range. Maybe not. Did he? Am I tripping? Or did someone cancel it? I feel like Akali did not take damage there from Arthas ult. But I was so focused, I was looking at the Akali health bar like a dumbass instead of the fight. Akali teleporting back in. Oh, did they just kill him or something in time? I don't know. Hopefully someone in chat can help me out there. Zed killed Karthus? Okay. I was going to say, I don't think it went off. Because there's no way Akali would have at least been that much health. The slow, the stun. That is the correct way to do things on old Zillion there. You slow into double bomb. Yeah, but yeah, I think the flat healing hurts people like Yone and stuff. Honestly, and maybe this is like me being cooked instead of cooking, but with like Yone getting a couple extra AD and shield second when being bad, I've been really trying to think of like, would there be different secondary ruins? And would you maybe, is there a world where you start Thorn's Blade now? But I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just one, not that impactful, and two, maybe you just did anyways. But I would love if I could play an aggressive Yone setup instead of some beta bitch shit where I take D-Shield second win and I don't play the game until I have Blade of the Rune King. Right, yeah, that's my thoughts too, where I'm like, probably doesn't change anything, but I would like if it did. I think like anything in League, like if you just wanted to like force it and you were just like, I'm going to play Doran's Blade, like, I don't know, sudden impact, ulti hunter or some shit on, you know, on Yone, I don't think that would be good. But you know, if you're just like, I'm gonna do this and play it hyper aggressive, maybe take Ignite or something, like, you're good enough at him, you can make it work, but it's all about being in quotes optimal, right? Nice little blue steal over for my back is sore, and it is late enough in the game where that is 50 blue. Uh-oh, blast cone. But he does kind of whiff, unless he's just going for the Gromp. He does steal Gromp, so that's probably what he's going for. Yeah, I agree. I like Yone trying to win lane rather than just like, well, my job is to just exist for 15 minutes, and then I just become unstoppable if I didn't int my ass off and my laner, opponent laner didn't. That's one of the problems with Yone, I think, right now, is like he's kind of forced to play, or feels like he's forced to play that style. And there's some matchups where like, I think mid lane these days has to be like, at fights, you know, hot take, mid laner should be playing the game, and sometimes Yone can't be doing that early. That can be tough. Nice little fight here from the, wow, Akali almost picks up Karthus, but healing from Soraka too much. Able to pick up a big shutdown on that Akali, who has died a couple times now since I said he was 9-0 and rarely gives freebies over, so hot take for sure. Yeah, dude, yeah, that's just my sick twisted idea of how to play the game, is that you should play the game. That ulti going onto Donor does flash out of the initial damage, but should be going down. Nice kill from my back is sore. Elias going in. Steven Chet should be able to pick this up. Does. And finally able to find that solo kill. Don't believe he's had one yet. Like Sydney Zanyazine, but he gets the Rylai's slow. Swain is just, again, I just don't think anybody's killing Swain on their team anymore. Once he finished that Spirit Visage with Painlace. I have a different name for them, but Bone Crushers. As dodges ZR by flashing into enemy team poggers. Hey, you know, it's either that or get one shot up there, so I guess may as well use flash and then get one shot down there. I get it though. I have done the same type of shit many times, many ways. Merry Christmas. Picking up their third Mountain Drake of the game, which when you're already getting to stack MR, pretty brutal. Every Mountain Drake just makes this much harder, I believe, for the side of Nord, because especially because like, I mean, Gwen's got Riftmaker and she gets some true damage and stuff. Oh, he's able to find Swain without ulti, but he's getting back up. Zilean there. Karthus ulti coming out. They'll get the Zilean R pop, do some damage, but maybe Donor will be able to fix him up. But Swain ulti coming back, and they just don't have the damage. And I forgot what I was yapping about before that, but oh, pulls him out of the Swain ulti. Says, "Alright, little bro. I'll let you live." Does have to ulti back though, it should go down. I feel like I just saw Echo Zanya's, but I must not have. Felt like GG for 50 minutes. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, like I think it's their game to lose. But yeah, no Void Staff or equivalent for Gwen or Echo. Granted, I mean, the two is set. No, I mean, even Zed has a Mav Malmortius now. So, I don't know. Karthus is the only one that's really doing damage. I mean, I guess Gwen, you know, again, Riftmaker, she has true damage in her kit, so she does do some damage. But this Echo, the only way he's able to be useful, I think, is if he potentially snipes the Zilean and at least gets his ult out. I think it is so hard for Echo to be useful in this game. And they've drafted this comp before with Karthus Echo on it, and they must like it, or it's just maybe a champ pool thing. But if NORD watches this and they give a shit about what I have to say, which they very likely don't and probably shouldn't because I'm a dumbass, but I would maybe not do the AP Assassin with the full magic damage Karthus, where their only job is to just do magic damage, at least not that early in draft. But even later in draft, I think they still just have the systematic issue. Love all the sweepers for NORD. Yeah. I agree. I think there is combos that work a little bit better, of course, but it's always tough. Or if it's like a mid laner that really likes being like looking for like I don't like when it's like Syndra Elise, where it's like, well, they buy Merc Treads and both of us have a hard time doing our job now because they just break up our stuns super fast. And also, obviously, we do less damage, but that's not the end of the world for either. Well, at least it's a little bit more of the end of the world because that's her main thing. But you know, Syndra can still function as like a utility pick, but it definitely sucks if everyone can build Merc Treads for free. That's a good point. Can't clear vision if you're not able to leave base. I think then, though, you still should have Farsight on mid bot or jungle bot. I think Farsight's if you can't leave. But also, it's like with the Farsight too. I still think it's probably better than. I should technically be talking about what's happening, but I think they're just going to finish it up here with a well-played fight. No one can beat. I mean, they can kill Swain, but they can't kill him twice. I think Farsight's still better, right? Because I mean, the argument could be like, well, if we Farsight a Dragon that we're never going to walk to, you know, what's the point anyways? We can't contest it, and that's like partially true. But it's better than having a ward on the edge of your base that does nothing. If you can at least Farsight. But again, I don't think there's any good way to control vision once you're this behind. You just have to kind of, again, hope the enemy messes up a few times, which they have given over some shutdowns and stuff, but I don't know. They should be able to close it up pretty quick here. Hez with Yellow Trinket at 40 minutes is low-key baffling. It might be one of those things where it's like this game's just been going rough, and not that that's like a good reason, but I could see in a game where it's like, damn, we're kind of getting rolled. Like those are the easiest games to forget about something like a Trinket swap, right? You go back to base, or you probably from a death or whatever, you know, and it's like, you're probably thinking about, well, what are they doing next? What should we be trying to do next? Is there any way we can come back? And Trinket kind of falls to the wayside. I'd be surprised if it was like a active choice they're making to keep these. Probably just getting space. But again, it's not the end of the world. I don't think there's a Trinket option in the world that makes this game more playable at this point. Yeah, we'll see. It is a watch party, so I did look at the drafts. Just to get people excited for the old game too, there is a 900 Slime special coming up. He's got some fun ones. Yeah, I mean, when in Rome, kind of can play a little like fast and loose, we'll say. I think they are just like individually very good players, and they do definitely like macro-wise know what they're doing too, but I agree. They greed out sometimes, but I think it just works because they are oftentimes very ahead and they're just good players and got good mechanics. Tough to punish a mistake when you're 16k gold behind and full magic damage team. Blitz stop? Rammus stop? I don't know. Yeah, I think that'll be a really good matchup. I think you guys are very, very good as well. So I think hopefully I think my team's still figuring some stuff out. I think we'll be up there as well if we do. Switch this so I don't spoil anything. But until that point, I think you guys are definitely I guess we haven't played CR yet. But you guys are, from what we've seen and played, top 2 teams, and that'll be a really fun series. Alright. Yo, what is up, Nectarish? As in Deswainbot, correct. I did not like the, I don't want to harp on it too much, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the NORD draft. But I think they're also trying to figure stuff out, which I know can be tough. And then when you're dealing with like champ pools and stuff, like I don't know. Sometimes you just IQ is a fun matchup. Eric went crazy in the Twitch chat. That's my boy. Your mic okay? Did it freak out again, or is it fine? Oh, 1 second, I guess. It's annoying. Alright, is it better now? I don't know why it's doing that. Normally it's not bad about it, but... Confirm the mic is fine. It's the same? What the heck? Oh, I know what's going on, maybe. Annoying though. Sorry, guys. Let me know if it gets better. It's a little annoying because I gotta wait a little bit confirmation either way. Still bad, I'm guessing? Or no? Yeah, it's still bad. Alright, 1 sec. Any better right now, or is it still? Oh, it might be a scene setting? Or is it good now? Oh, awesome, okay. Hopefully, there's 2 different parts that can be causing it, which is kind of annoying. It's one of those mics where it's got a detachable mic, and that can get loose and mess up, but then it also plugs into like, you know, a 3.5mm plug-in, plugs into a thing that plugs into the USB, you know, that then goes into USB slot. So like, if there's any, I've noticed before, like, I don't know, if either one gets loose, it just goes crazy. Thanks for letting me know. What did I have to do that time? Earlier it was unplug the mic itself and plug it back in. That time it was 3.5mm into the USB adapter. It's a really nice headset when it's not doing that, but it's unfortunately likes to do that when I'm streaming apparently. I normally don't have this. Alright, we'll get going on these drafts quick. I might do the other series, we'll see, so I want to kind of get through this a little bit quicker than I happened last time. When in Rome, Aurelion Sol, Aatrox, Maokai bans, I believe very similar to their last bans. NORD bans Olaf, Jace, Sejuani, which I know is exactly the same. It might be the same exact ones for When in Rome as well, I'm not positive. What headset do I have? It's working fine still right now, right? But it is like what is it, like HyperX Cloud 3 or something like that? I don't know, I'd have to look. It sounds good normally, but I don't know, that's annoying. But there's a wireless version, but wireless kind of removes some audio quality from the mic in general. So I was like, oh, I'll do the wired version, which again, it does sound good when it's not acting up. But all right, B1 Millia, which I don't know. I don't think that's great. I'm not a big fan of B1ing Millia. I think Millio's a really good champion, but I don't think he's like OP, and I think he's good when he's good, and he's fine when he's not. So I think kind of want to. I obviously we have God Vision on the draft here, and we can see that they're going Lucian. I don't know. I think you just go Lucian first. And I guess maybe they're worried about them picking, like, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. They know they're doing Lucian. It's a good combo. So, but I generally don't like Milio B1. Sona Smolder, so hard scaling bot lane. You see Milio, so you might just think they're going to be going scaling, but Milio does go good with Lucian, which they do lock Lucian Kha'Zix. So that's a really strong bot lane and a, you know, more of a solo queue jungler, but Trevor always makes it work in Beer League, it seems like. So a lot of early pressure there, hopefully. But if Sona and Smolder stay relatively even and don't get rolled over, that's going to be a really, really strong bot lane. And then Victor for the R3 on Nord. Then they ban Mbessa LeBlanc for the Nord bans, and then Darius Scion for When in Rome bans. They pick Fiddlesticks on 4, which is interesting. And then Syndra Mord for When in Rome, and then the Blitzcrank. And you might be wondering, well, they already have Sona, but it's 900 Slime, so that's Blitzcranked up. All right. Yeah, agreed. You'd normally want to pick Milio and you see some CC you want to clear up. Blitz top is diabolical. Welcome to 900 Slimes, baby. Alright, I'm going to switch scenes so I don't spoil the score or the... He's originally designed to be a top laner. Back in the day, I think literally until like season 3 or 4, when they designed champions, they didn't even think about roles. They literally just designed champions just to have them be champions, and then they figured whatever happens, happens. And then they actually mentioned, I can't remember exactly, and it was like season 3, 4, or 5. I think it was 3 or 4. I think it was relatively early on. They literally were like, all right, now we're starting to design champions with roles specifically in mind. But it was a pretty good way into the game existing before they actually like started changing their design philosophy around it, which I kind of liked when they just design. It probably is healthier for the game when they design them with an idea in mind for like role, but I don't know. I think it was kind of fun when champions were just whatever they were, and then yeah. All right, let me add that. Asking about it.
A summoner has reconnected.
I miss the good old days where I'd just do man immune, Triforce, Blitz. Oh, they're already getting the big 5-man fist bump, so GG.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I just don't see, and I like to see the Blitz top. I think it's fun. But you already saw Mordekaiser. Like, what does Blitz ever do that threatens Mord at all? Fix this a little bit. Yeah, it does, like, it does seem unserious. And it might be, but he swears by it. He also swears by Alistair top and has played that in Beer League. I don't think he's trolling. I think I know he genuinely likes it, but only Cooper knows in his heart of hearts if he actually thinks it's good. I cannot speak for him. He always has a plan. Triple role swap. I think everybody's on their actual... Wait, no, what was Donor was AD. Yeah, they've swapped up, but they did this against us too. I will say Slimes is normally top lane, but if Karthus is up, he likes to go jungle Karthus for the one game he can play it in Fearless, and then goes back to top. At least that's what it looks like to me. I guess I shouldn't be... You know, I don't want to be giving away their plans, but it seems like besides the series they played against us, every time it's been open, he does Karthus jungle, and then he goes back to his actual role. Boom, boom, blitz. Top lane blitz skin for sure. Look at that huge trade. He's a roaming top in his heart. Yeah. But it's like if bro likes Blitzcrank and Alistair so much. I wish there was just a role where you could play both of those characters and it was really good for them. Just sucks that there isn't. Like somebody having a kind of tough time into the Syndra here, down a little bit of CS, though trading decently back. Though Victor is a strong laner and he's rocking Aerie, so he should be trading well in the early game. Zed igniting Y Rebellion takes him back off. Doran's rings start on Older. I don't think that's a thing really much anymore, is it? Really big damage onto Zed, who out of potions. His E is double damage, dude. Holy schmoly. Honestly, things are going better than I thought they would be up there. They're not going good, but better than I thought. Dang, that feels bad if you're Fiddle. Really well done by Trevor, and he's probably going to pick up Blitzcrank as well now. Oh, nice flash to get him out of there. Yeah, because I think they really gutted a lot of his AP ratios, and I mean, I feel like he doesn't have much of a mana issue early. And then you end up with Essence Reaver normally these days, so it's just for mana and an extra pot. Yeah, I don't think it's like bad. I just don't think it's probably the best thing to take. It is probably better. Right, agreed. That's why I'm like, I don't think there's mana issues anyways. Again, it's like, it's fine, but I just don't think it's good. Maybe he thinks, but I mean, I don't know. You get the lifesteal, which is now Omni-Vamp anyways, on the Doran's Blade. Helps heal you up, kind of makes up for one of those potions anyways, which is why Ring is 50 less gold anyway. Blitz CS about what I'd expect, maybe even a little better. This just can't be. You picked it after seeing, like, we're saving. It's one thing to play Blitzcrank top. I'll hold that thought. Little trade going out. Tries to get an invade onto Kazakh's. I don't think this ever ends well for you. Would make you fork your eyeballs. I would be a little tilted if I was like, we're really just saving R5 for Blitz top. But I'm not on Nord, and maybe they're all very down with the idea of Blitz stop. Fiddle is gaming fire. I get where you're like trying to get something back. I feel like that might be an emotional, like, I have to make something happen now because they invaded and set me so far back, but sometimes you just, like that, set yourself even more far back, and now the game's looking really tough already at 5.5 minutes. I feel like if he wants to play like these like support CC things top, I know it might not be as fun to him as Blitz or Alistair, but I feel like Nautilus top can actually be good. Like, it's not like OP or anything, but like it functions fine. Can actually wave clear. Scales decent, does some good damage. Double scaling bot with this comp. Yeah. Agreed, I would be too. See, like, here's the thing too, is like, you get the pull on him, but he hasn't damaged you by turret, so he's just not tanking anyways. So you pull him under turret and ignite him, and he doesn't take a single turret shot. Ooh, dying under your tier 2 mid feels not epic. Yeah, this one's looking tough, and once again, I don't think... Now, this is weird to say with the Victor Smolder Sona, but I'm just not sure scaling is on the side of Nord on this one either. Not epic. Okay, here he's taking a couple turret shots. There we go. And now Blitz has 0 mana and a Ruby Crystal Doran Shield and no teleport because he's running Ignite. So that was like best case scenario where you pull him under turret and he takes 2 shots or 3 or whatever, and you're still losing. I'm going to stop complaining about Blitz top. I think it's fun that he's got a unique pick. I wouldn't want to play with it. Nice trade coming down onto Sona. Yeah. Good trade. Can stay in lane another wave now. 2k gold deficit at 7 minutes, and Kha'Zix got solo feats. Yeah, it's like I said, solo queue champ, but Trevor just makes it work. Yeah, When in Rome's looking really good so far this season, which is cool. Again, they're all, I don't know Zelarox very well, but they're all, I know the rest of them, and all good people, fun people. Nice little trade. It's the bone plating. Watch our games next, you'll see a better solo feat. Was Ka picked before Fiddle? I assume not. I think Kha'Zix was. I think Kha'Zix was on blue 3. I think it was Millia, Lucian, Kha'Zix. And then I think Fiddlesticks was on R4. So I'm pretty sure they saw Milio, Lucian, and Kha'Zix and then picked Fiddle. Because I think blue 4-5 was Syndra Mord, and they saved R5 for Blitz. It is interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I like it. But again, it might be like champ pool things. I love Fiddle. I think he's a really good character. But also in Fiddle's defense, I think Trevor just had they set up Vision on the red buff. They had a really good pick. And I think if that doesn't happen, Fiddle's probably chilling. But like, it did. And now and then Fiddle tried to, I think maybe an emotional invade, trying to get something back. And it doesn't work out. And then Kha'Zix is just out of control. Blitzcrank should almost surely be going down here. He does have Aftershock, but that's about what you'd expect there, unfortunately. Is able to spend his money, which is something. What does he build? What does Blitz top build into Mord? Also, full opportunity already is crazy. Does get the flash out of Syndra. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, nice. I was hoping. I was like, I think they can kill, but I don't know if Victor's going to commit the flash. Does commit the flash ulti. They take down Syndra, get her flash. Does cost them 2 flashes of their own, but I really think they need to get on the board and get something rolling here, so I like that. You get some Victor stacks as well for his abilities. Both R4 and R5 are oof then. Yeah, again, I think like Fiddlesticks can work, but again, I would be like, I don't want to, I don't want to just, sorry Cooper, I don't want to keep like ragging on this, but R5 in Blitz top feels like very for fun, like, unless it's this, here he goes, he says, I'm just giving up top lane and I'm going to run around, but it does not feel like optimal to wait and use your guaranteed counter pick on picking Blitzcrank into Mord. Thank you, brother, appreciate that. Just yap. That's where I'm like, I'm really just a certified yapper, and hopefully that's all right. Roaming top is here, correct. That's why you hard rush boots, baby. Yeah, he said, yeah, I'm using that all 38 CS to get around this map. CS at almost 4 per minute. That's insane. Definitely like the Avcast. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I figured I don't got much going on today. I'll try to knock out 1 or 2 of these. Oh, they are engaging onto the Kha'Zix. If they're able to take him down, especially if it goes on to Smolder, that'd be really big. Fiddlesticks is still good. Does he not? Oh, I'm sorry. Kha'Zix already died earlier. He didn't have a shutdown. No Syndra ult, or sorry, Flash should be going down. Almost picks up Zed. I do think he must be stuck in the death realm. There he goes, walking out of there. Actually an okay trade as the wing moon plates. Mord can start. Is this a game where you just go Nashor's Tooth on Mord because you're just going to be like AFK splitting? Or hear me out, even more cooked, do you go Hullbreaker? I wouldn't, but I would actually maybe consider Nashor's and just hit turrets. You have class, you'll miss Dot vs. Jat. I'll be able to watch the VOD. I'll probably do it here. Oh, yeah, watch the VOD if you do stream it. Yeah, I should be. I appreciate everybody chatting, too. That makes it way more fun for me. The casts are not nearly as fun if it's just me talking into the void. 100% Nashers. See, normally it's not great on him. Oh, okay. I was thinking Nashers, but Hexplate gives attack speed and would help him with turrets. And people actually build that a good amount on more these days, so you could go Hexplate. Hey, no, I appreciate that. If people stick around. Definitely Nashers in 1v0 lane. Right, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Just really break down the turrets fast. Because he gets the, oh, I'll hold that thought. The culling goes out, gets the Smolder Flash. Gets a little Q trade back, but, yeah, I think, oh, nice pull onto the Milio, but does get the flash over. It's kind of making the Blitz top work, but again, I think you just be a support player, bro, if you want to play Blitz Alistair. Lucian looking for a good trade, he's able to get it, but the Mordekaiser E gives him percent pen, which does help do a little bit more damage to those turrets. Nice fiddle ulti, gets the Lucian. Sorry, he's double checking something. Distracted. Gets a little bit of a trade here, ignites him, but I just don't think he ever is in threat of dying here. Now you're no ignite, you don't have teleport, you're running low on mana because you aren't building mana items because you're going pure move speed runner on the map. He does have the makings of what is potentially going into Triforce, maybe? I don't really know what he'd be building. Surely you just need a mana item on Blitzcrank, though. I don't know. Nice little fight going out here. Does get the stun onto Victor, but they do force them out of the jungle for now. Are able to pick up the blue buff. I'm sure Donor is thankful that Nord has his back there. Lucian shoving bot. They have to get back there and catch that wave. Trevor, my back is sort of waiting on, around the wolf. But I mean, I guess he's just looking for him walking through. This is a little risky. Victor is right there. He's low. He does so much damage, but he does just go down. Maybe a little bit of forfunning from Trevor, too. He went from 3-0 to 4-3 fast. Ooh, nice stun. Probably, yeah, definitely able to pick up Leximity there. Well played by really bad Zed. I like to see him on the Syndra. Fun champ. Dead man's Blitz. But he's a robot, not a man. Dead robot Blitz. Oh, nice hook. Okay, should be able to pick up. Oh, potentially nice flash. Oh, and he's going back over. I like that from Donor. He's kind of got the happy feet. Does Mord not know where he went? Either way, that was a baller move. I really like that. What other series needs casting from last week? Might be able to pick one up this afternoon/evening. I don't know. The only other one I was aware of right now was the other one from last night, which was, what, Dot versus Jat, right? WTF versus... Oh, did that one not get casted either? I'll grab one more, which is going to be Dot versus Jat. So maybe if you grab WTF versus Rock, then is that everything? Or is there... Maybe there's some Light League ones that need casting? I don't know. I have unfortunately not been paying enough attention. I didn't even know that WTF versus Rock wasn't casted. That one should get casted too. That WTF banging right now. Well, I guess spoilers for that cast. I want to ask that question. You guys are doing good though. Victor's actually 3-1-3. I didn't realize Victor was popping off here. Nice pull onto the Lucian. Kozik's coming in on the Rift Herald, gets some knockups. He's going to knock himself out of there and go in. They are able to get the Mountain Drake, which is big. They're actually stacking the Drakes. My back is still going down again to Steven Chet, exactly who you want the money on right now. Get Smolder rolling. Is When in Rome going to throw this? They are for sure for funning. Flash into ult. The Fiddlesticks does pick him up. Smolder ulti going in. Or trying to pick up a kill. Does go down 7-13. We actually somehow not quite evened up on gold yet, but let's look at these Smolder stacks. How are we looking? 127? I mean, that's all right. That's pretty decent, especially since you're against an aggressive Lucian lane. You can't really free stack, so he's getting there, and now he's got a good amount of money. Grab the rock cast, that'd be awesome. Game 3 alert, yeah. I mean, it's kind of looking like it could be, even with the blitz top. Oh, it was Hullbreaker because he's been hitting turrets so much this game. How did I not know it was going to be Hullbreaker? Bro, I don't think he's been by a turret once, dude. What the hell? Sorry, Wire Belly. Nice play. I stun locked. Zellerox. Oh! Oh. That was almost... Oh, he still has barrier, but I think another turret shot would have killed regardless. 0 damage to towers. Blitz rushes. Yeah, rushes in quotes. Hullbreaker. That's brutal. This has got to be for fun. Oh, is he going to hit turret? Bro, what is this? Okay, they pick up, but I think they both die. Just kill the turret. Please. Please just kill the turret. Your wave was almost there. You have Hullbreaker, demolish Blitz. Please hit the turret. This is a banger. Definitely forking my eyeballs. Oh no. Okay, nice gank from Kaz potentially here. Goes into the gravity field. Gets stunned up, but they are just bursting down Luxemity, which is a very nice pick because that Victor has been doing very well this game. Zed barely not able to get there in time to help. I'm going to check damage to turrets after this one. If I remember. Oh, the Bloodsong Sona. That's interesting. I think, isn't it normally... oh, almost... That would have been a... I say that would have been a nice pull, but he has ult up, and I think just ult Sona or Blitz kills them, and then the other one has to leave. Is it Dreammaker? The Discord Kitten support item? Gives you, like, next bonus damage on your next attack, and reduce damage on the next hit you take or something. Dreammaker? Yeah, that item feels really good for a freebie support item. I like the Bloodsong. That's fun tech. I mean, Sona uses bean items, spam stuff out, auto attacks a lot. Yeah, exactly. As a greedy 80 carry player, you know, I'm like, give me all of the buffs, please. I don't care if my Sona does more damage, even though she actually can pump later. I'm greedy. I'm the 80 carry player. I want to be the one doing everything. Thanks. Blitz doing huge damage here. Close fight. Close fight. He's doing it. And we... Thanks, Direct Camera, dude. Uh-oh. Sona gets skulled. My Bacchosaur jumping in. Fiddlesticks looking to do a little bit of damage back. Is isolated, so he's just kind of getting lit up. Molder not able to make it over the wall, which I think is probably for the best. Dodges out of the mess CQ. Otacon spawning. But Victor with the nice flank. Milia able to... Nice flash. Probably able to get out of there. And... Nice blast cone from the Victor, but likely just going down here. Gets hit with the outplay button. Probably not necessary, but also adds a pretty short cooldown. May as well rip it. 80 carry bad roll. Sona Raka, so much more fun and intuitive. Direct Camera knows those deaths are coming. Yeah, it's fucking scried into the future. Sorry for... I think this stream's rated for sure anyway, but... Nice pull. Might pick up the Mord. Big shield coming out. Oh, Blitz alt whiffs. Otherwise, that's actually... Oh, but here's the Bloodsong Sona! Fighting! Let's go, baby. I love Zed.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
You don't... I'm just saying, you don't get that kill if you have Dreammaker. Hey, I take back everything I said. Yeah, sorry, I know. I'm just an ass intuitive, but... 80 carry best roll health, so that'd be number 1 in damage per gold, tower... Or is it damage per gold or just top damage? Or damage per game, maybe. Number 1 in damage per game, tower damage per game, and CS per minute. Double ignite easy. Yeah. 80 carry be pumping. That used to be the stat I was always topping back in the day and was proud of, and I made them put on the site. It was damage per gold. I would do it from mid. But, yeah, any stat that makes me look good, I'm all for. Sign my jersey. %34 damage share. Yeah, I think my damage share is decent this go around, but I'm not positive. Also, I've played some shit like Zion and Galio, so that's a little bit tough to... Whatever, I don't need to... EP's delivery service, that's crazy. Big fan. What on earth? EP's delivery service, fantastic movie. Have not seen the sequel of EP's delivery service though. Is this an Otacon? Well, I'd say an Otacon throw, but at this point, I feel like this game has just been non-stop back and forth throws. Oh, it resets? It is just full healing. That's crazy. Why is Otacon resetting like 3 feet from... I've seen that bitch hit me under my tier 1 turret, and he's resetting right there? What is going on? I think jungle is pretty normal to be a low damage per gold thing. Yeah, I think Otacon is a great mystery, truly. My Backusaur picks up a kill, does go down. Nice stun from the Syndra. I believe missed. Oh, it's probably good to hit Steven Chet with that. You could have killed Sona, though. So I think they both actually are getting out for now, but they are low. Okay, here it is. Bloodsong versus... Never mind. I am versus Dreammaker. Kept it not mean, but Bloodsong Sona goes crazy. Oh, pick up the triple petal. Triple petal. Triple petal in that bush. Zed, please go back for the triple petal. It's not worth the kill. Get the triple petal. That's worth like at least 1k gold. Smolder is gaming. Okay, and now the triple petal. Fiddlesticks must be running over to grab it. Surely, what's going on here? They know that there's 3 petals just ready to grab, and they're not doing it. I'm gonna have a bit of a problem. They're looking for the pick onto Mordekaiser, or not. That triple petal's still there. That sucks. They're going for the Otacon. Syndra's walking top, does have teleport. Lucian's shoving mid. This does take a while to kill. My Backusaur sees it. He's getting ran at. He has Edge of Night Shield up, so Blitzcrank would have to ulti then pull. Or have someone else break that shield for him. They're getting mid tier 2 potentially. Standing on an objective that kills everyone that touches it. Real shit. Yeah, dude. Oh. Already gonna ult Fiddle. Doesn't matter. Smolder's natural smite always gets it. Oh, also Smolder's one that's ulted. Or it might be going down. They pick up the Otacon, which does end up grabbing that triple petal that was right below the Otacon. Quelling the seething rage that is inside me right now. I'd be able to pick up this tier 3 top, though people are back to base, so looks like they're going to retreat for now. You'd think this is a close one, but it's still a 5.5k gold lead for when in Rome. Blitzcrank going in to do something. He lives, but at what cost? Zed potentially going down here. Yep, goes down. His team's trying to fight on this side. Really nice stun from the Syndra, taking Steven Chet very low. Does not have ulti anymore, but Kha'Zix's able to jump in and finish that. Fiddlesticks should just be going down here as well, leaving just the Blitzcrank who started that fight as the sole survivor. With, I'm sorry, this is Hullbreaker into Trailblazer. He is certainly blazing a trail to hell for his team. Sorry. This one's looking pretty cooked now. They just got Otacon, but I don't know.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
RIP Zed.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Just legit can't catch Kazakhs. That's funny. This looks so winnable for NORD, but they're so split in the fights. At some point, Blitz stops going for X and stands in front of Smolder. Yep. But I don't think that's happening. Does this say how much damage it's done? Yep, 0 damage to structures on the Hull Breaker. That's looking really, really valuable this game. Top tower. Honestly, unfortunately, I think you're right. I'm also going to say 5,000. Anybody else in chat? We'll give it 5 seconds here. Top tower HP. I'm guessing full. Yep, 5,000 out of 5,000. Who does more damage, Sona or Blitz? 100% it's going to be Sona. I think Sona's Blood Song has probably done almost as much as Blitz. No, not really, but that's done, if you include the amp, good amount of damage. Posturing around the Baron. Oh, I don't have objective timers up this game. Oh well. I mean, this is just tough. And you also have the QSS on Dilution, probably for, you know, Fiddle Fears, Zona ulti. Not a bad purchase. Big Hull Breaker. Kazakh's going in, gets some good damage on, does get stunned out. Fiddlestick's ulting and speared. Kazakh should be going down, shut down onto the Blitzcrank. Sona does go down in response though. Mordekaiser in there has, I believe, Sona stats as well. Maybe it doesn't show in this, like somebody possibly got down here. Steven Chet pumping though. They are low targets. He's got the execute. Oh, but he just plays it a little too impatiently and goes down. Donor has to run, gets stunned, should be going down as well. Does get the nice silence. That was a crazy looking Zanya's. Big fan of that. Should be going down here, and that is likely the game. They've got supers on the Nexus turrets. GGs are being called. Blue Trinket being called in Twitch chat, which agreed, but neither team has... Wait, no, I think that... Yeah, he's got Farsight. Yeah, Farsight's nice. Indeed, unfortunately getting one shot by the outplay button. Well played, one in Rome, 2-0. I think a good try from NORD. I think that was tough. I don't... Again, like, if you really think Blitzcrank top is good, that's one thing. I don't know. I don't want to rag on it too much, but we're saving R5 for something to go 130 CS down and never touch the turret but rush Hull Breaker. Like, definitely felt like maybe phoning it in a bit, but I also know he likes it, so maybe it's not that. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for watching and chatting. Have a good one. I'm going to look at damage to structures, though. The last thing I have to do. Okay, Blitz did some damage. Second highest on his team, actually. They just weren't hitting turrets. Alright, what I think I'm going to do, I am going to end this stream so they're two separate VODs for when they get moved to that a little bit easier. But then I will come back with the Dot versus Jet. So I'll be right back just a few minutes. Thanks for watching. BRB.